Hey guys, it's me, Nate, again. So today we're going to be talking about the four most common types of sensors used on FLL robots and what they do, how they can also benefit your team. So today's tutorial is mainly for more rookie teams, but it also can be for some experienced teams if you're looking to get into sensors this coming year. Alright, so let's start off with the touch sensor. So the touch sensor basically has a button on top right here, and it measures when something is pressed. What is this used for? Well, it's used for a lot of applications. The most common application I see it used on is it's on the front of a robot, and when the robot drives into the wall, the button is pressed, and then the robot can say, maybe back up from the wall, turn, and do, a different function, or go to this mission and score these points. So that's the most common thing I see used for touch sensors. I also sometimes see them used for when a robot, like if it drives into a mission, so you know that you're positioned correctly to score that mission. Alright, so let's put that aside. Let's talk about the ultrasonic sensor. So this is the ultrasonic sensor. It actually looks like almost like a robot head with two eyes. Mainly what the ultrasonic sensor is used for is it's used for measuring range. So basically it sends out a signal, kind of like a radar would in a sense, where it would bounce off a surface, such as this wall, repeat back to the sensor and say you are this far from the wall. So what I mainly see this used for is teams will drive their robot along the wall without touching the wall. So they will keep their robot like 10 centimeters from the wall at all times, and then their robot can drive straight without actually having the friction of riding against the wall, like with wall rollers. You can also measure, like I said, again, sort of like the touch sensor, you can measure missions with it. So you can say, okay, when I'm driving and I pass, this mission, I know where I am on the field kind of thing, programmed from that position. So that's mainly what I see the ultrasonic sensor used for. Probably the one you would see the most on FLL robots is a color sensor. The color sensor is, we actually use it on our robot. And also, a lot of teams around the world use the color sensor. It's a very, very commonly used sensor on FLL robots. The color sensor mainly detects exactly what it's called. It detects color. So what can you use this for? Well, let me show you. So the color sensor here is mainly used for detecting like lines on the field, such as this black line right here. So basically what you can do is you can detect, you can do two different things with it, is what I mainly see teams do. One of them is detecting the line, so saying like, for example, your robot drives forward and it stops on the line, or it would turn on the line at that point, but it will detect the line. The other method I see teams use for it is if they're coming from this direction, and there's a mission right here, for example, at the end of the line. Sometimes teams will hit the line with their color sensor, and then they will actually make their robot follow the line until the end of the line, and then they'll score that mission. The last sensor we'll be talking about is the gyro sensor. So the gyro sensor is still a pretty common sensor in FLL. Mainly what it's used for is it will measure angles. So let's say your robot is facing this direction, and you say, I want my robot to turn 90 degrees. So you can turn your robot and turn until the gyro sensor reaches a 90-degree point, and then you can say, at that point, your robot has turned 90 degrees, so you can say drive forward or whatever you have programmed in that motion. The gyro sensor is used pretty common. As far as how common these sensors are on FLL robots, I would say the first place goes to the color sensor, the second place goes towards the gyro sensor, third would go towards the ultrasonic sensor, and then last place would go towards the touch sensor. But you actually see all of these sensors used still pretty often in FLL. Most likely you'll see a robot at your competition you'll see all these sensors on a robot at competition. Alright, well I hope I was able to help you guys today with that tip. If you have any questions, please comment in the comments. If you have any future video recommendations, also comment, and I'll see if I can do those for you. Alright, remember at 100 subscribers, we're going to be doing a giveaway. See you guys next time.